Hello again, and welcome to another Maya tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to attach images for maps on textures. Alright, so if I take a sphere, make a sphere, I'll lean shift, hit 5 to shade it, and then I need to make a shader for it. Let's come over here, make a Fong. Middle click and drag it onto my sphere. Let go. Whoops. Select the Fong. And if you see over here in our color, we have this little checkered box. We can hit that, and it brings up this. I've used this before, but instead of selecting one of these built-in things like bulge or checker or grid, I'm going to select File. And then it brings up this little file browsing dialog. I can hit the little folder, and I'm just going to select this. This is a map of the Earth, a Mercator projection of the Earth, which oddly enough is how Maya maps spheres, is a Mercator projection. So if I open that, you can see the little sample there, and I turn on textures, you can see it is mapping the Earth onto our sphere, and it's actually pretty good. There's not a whole lot of distortion. So it's pretty accurate because the map was the same. So if we look at our texture editor, which I showed in the previous video, and I turn textures on, turn colored faces off, you can see the map looks distorted here, but since it's the same ratio of distortion as the map itself, it works. So this makes it nice. I'm going to go back to my perspective view. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to up the divisions on my sphere. It's not really smooth right now. 48, both directions. Okay, gives us a little cleaner geometry. Okay, so this is all well and good. It gives us color, but say I want to, I don't know. I want to give it raised mountains. So I can come up here to the bump map, hit the little dialog box, go to File, hit the little File 2, the little File folder, and I'm going to select the little elevation map and dump that on there. I'm going to switch to viewport 2.0 so I can see the maps. Thank you, Maya. Okay, so as you can see, it's giving us bumpiness on our Earth, because everywhere in this image, let me open up that image real quick in Image Viewer so it's easier to see. Hang on, navigating there now. Should have had it open. Okay, so as you can see here, size this up a little bit. Anywhere, the lighter the color, the higher the elevation. So as you can see, there's parts that are higher than other parts. Like mountain ranges are higher. And so it'll be represented higher on the map itself. As you can see, there's a pretty strong ridge right here, just like there is on this map. This is how bump map works. In fact, this is how every map except color map works. It takes the value, the black and white value of the image. If it's color, it just converts it to black and white and takes that value. and maps it on. Okay, so that's all well and good. So say hit the little arrow to go back to your texture, make your way back to the outputs. Okay, say we want the oceans to be transparent. So I can go to transparency right here. Hit the little checker box. Go to File. Hit the little File folder. And go to... Shoot, which one is it? This one. Open that. Okay, so as you can see, it's reversing what we want it to do. It's making the continents, it's transparent, and it's making the oceans opaque. This is because the way this map was set up is opposite of how Maya handles it. How Maya handles it is when the color is white, the slider is over here. When the color is black, the slider is over here. In this case, black, or totally transparent, is on the continents. So we can change this by going to color balance, effects, effects, invert, and there we have it. Transparent oceans on our sphere, our globe, I guess. So so a texture has all these connections, and you can map different things on different connections. Like for instance, as you can see, there's a specular highlight right now on the shape. And what if I want just the continents to be floating? Come in here, specular color. Actually, yeah, specular color. Select File, Browse. Use the same file that I did for the oceans. Okay, there again, it's doing the reverse of what we want. It's getting rid of the specular highlight on the continents, but leaving it on the oceans. So go down here to our FX and invert, and there we go. So now we have completely floating continents on our map. For instance, and if I wanted the oceans to be partially transparent, I would take the image in Photoshop and tweak it around, or that would be the most accurate way to do it. The other way to do it is to come in here to, I believe it's alpha gain. No, alpha offset. Yes, alpha offset. We can adjust the slider around. So it's like a 0.3, and then come to our other file and adjust that to a 0.3 as well. So that's how you attach multiple maps onto objects, or shaders, I mean. And if I wanted the clouds, for instance, I could make another sphere. Actually, it'd be easier to just take the sphere, duplicate it, scale it up, come over here to my hyper shader, make a new shader, middle click and drag it into our shape. Hit the color, go to File, scroll up, hit our image name, select our clouds. Okay, but we want our clouds to be see-through. So we need to do the same thing in the transparency map. Transparency, file, and select our clouds again. And there we have our clouds mapped onto our Earth. If I render that real quick. Okay, so this is another problem that shows up. Even though here it's showing up correctly, anytime we do a transparency map like this, we need to turn alpha is luminescence on. So I need to go do that same thing to my other maps. So select my other shader I made, transparency, alpha is luminescence. Let's try rendering that again. And there we have it. Our globe with clouds, partially transparent oceans, raised mountains. So as you can see, it's really easy to make, if you have the right maps, it's really easy to add layers and colors and other things. And the same principles go all the way, no matter how complicated you get in Maya. You always just go through your shader and attach things around. Make parts transparent, make parts colored, make parts bumped. So that's the rundown on how to attach maps to shaders. I hope this was helpful and informative, and I'll see you all in my next video.